We were never expecting an approval yesterday. We have largely been expecting the approvals to come after market close today. We've seen some action in the last 30 minutes. We saw a bunch of these filers request for acceleration. All this means is they're requesting to list tomorrow. So it's not a done deal yet, but it's as close to a done deal as we could possibly get.
Yeah, talk about some of that action. I mean, how much did it go up? How much did it drop down then after they found out it's false?
Yeah, ironically, the tweet and the approval didn't really send it flying that much higher. It went up $1,200 or so, and then it went down below where it was trading right before the announcement, actually. So I guess that kind of shows maybe this was a little bit priced in, or maybe more people were skeptical, even more skeptical than I was, and didn't really buy into it. But that said, it's been pretty volatile the last couple of days. A lot of the stuff related to crypto has been down today. That we're still expecting approvals after market today, and we think they're going to trade tomorrow.
So how is this going to unfold? So let's just assume we do get the approval today. Probably after the close sometime. What happens tomorrow and over the next several days and weeks, do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. We've never had a situation like this. You've talked about ETFs are growing. We've never had a situation to study the ETF market and see what do 11 ETFs come into market that are very not differentiated that well. It's very hard to differentiate when all you're doing is holding one asset class, right? So it's going to be fascinating to see how this is. It's going to be like a study in Darwinism, essentially.
Or marketing.
So what we're going to be watching is for who's going to get the most volume on day one and day two. Grayscale obviously has a lead there because of the assets and the volume they are already coming over with. But also where are flows going to go? I expect Grayscale to see a significant number of outflows. How much of those flows are going to go into these other ETFs? Also, you can't discount some of these big players, Fidelity, BlackRock, and I know for a fact some of the other players, the newer players coming in, Bitwise, Valkyrie, they have money lined up on the sidelines ready to come in. We have good sources saying that there's significant amounts of capital that are going to come in. The question is, are these hundreds of millions, billions of dollars going to come in day one or day two? Is that new money to Bitcoin, or is that money that's shifting from something like a Bitcoin ETF in Canada or another version of Bitcoin type exposure? So there's no way to know how much this is net new buying versus shifting of capital, but we're expecting serious numbers to come out over the next 2 days into these ETFs.
Now, when you mentioned that, were you referring to them slashing those Bitcoin ETF fees? Is that what you were talking about? Or is that a different ball game too?
Yeah, no, that is the number one way that they're trying to differentiate themselves as far as we're concerned. I think we have 6 or 7 of these guys that are waiving fees completely to 0%. BlackRock is waiving their fees down to 0.12 for 6 months or $5 billion. So everyone is basically just trying to jockey here. We're calling it the Coin-tucky Derby because this is, and jockeying is the best way to look at this. Like, everyone is doing everything they can. There's commercials coming out. People are cutting fees. A couple of people lowered fees to 25 basis points, and now we're seeing it even drop lower. This morning, ARK went down to 20 basis points for the long-term fee. BlackRock cut their fee as well. And everyone's doing fee waivers. There was only a couple of people doing fee waivers as of last week, and now there's 7 or 8 of them. So everyone's just trying to jockey for position and make sure they aren't too far behind somebody else. Because, right, if you have a relationship with somebody and they're saying, we're going to put money into your ETF, if you're charging double the price of another product, and I'm an advisor or I'm somebody that's working with you, I'm like, I can't in good conscience put my money into your fund when something charges less than half of what this is. But if it's 5 basis points or 10 basis points or something, maybe that conversation is very different. So that's how I'm expecting it to play out.